It's not as sort of, for me, seen as being the new album. It's kind of more a collection of songs, or pieces of music really, that we worked on over the last 2 years. A lot of it sort of is either very short pieces of music because it's incidental tracks that you for specific scenes, but the problem is a lot of it just doesn't come out. One of the main things that we did is we worked on a film score for a documentary about a filmmaker called Abel Ferreira.
We're dying here, man! Hey, Martin, we're fucking dying here!
When you're writing a song, you tend to write a song which is about the way you feel at the time. Whereas with a film, you're looking at a picture and you're creating a mood directly for something that you are seeing everything in front of you. Some of the stuff we extended, like a classic example of that is we did this piece which is based on Beethoven for a BMW commercial. It was 30 seconds long, I think, or maybe a minute. We extended that to a 6-minute track. There's a little bit of cheekiness in there. For instance, Chemistry, which was used on a huge amount of trailers and incidentally in movies, but we never finished the song with Josh. And we thought, you know what, fuck it. People have heard this before, but it would be great for them to hear it with the vocal. We're not like a band that goes in, writes songs and plays them and records them. We tend to bring a lot of people in, we tend to record lots and lots of bits and pieces, and we spend, you know, months and months piecing these pieces together to create what we have. We felt that it would be a good exercise to see if we could record it in a short period of time and get it out really quickly. Basically, we took 22 tracks in a 5-week period and tried to turn it into a record.
See, no hats. Being a collaborative band and stuff like that, for us, we were always hitting the same walls. You know, so it's kind of like you get to a certain point in music, we really stop, and then we need help and an input. And usually it's you get someone in for a few hours, and then you try and make that work, and a lot of the time it doesn't. But having the band, it's like now we're just bouncing ideas off of each other.
Yeah, you sort of tinker with stuff. You know, Pablo would start getting crazy with all the keyboards and stuff, and you know, and so all of a sudden a sound come out or a progression, and everyone would be like, "Oh, that's cool." You know, let's go with that.
We had people like recording in America, like members of our band recording drums, and we had Chris Goss doing stuff in LA.
The drum room was in Baltimore, Maryland, in the States via Skype.
All I'm seeing is this sort of window of what their reality is, you know? I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna go, you know, record some drums, I'll talk to you guys in like a couple hours, and so it's like the window would go black, and then the window would come on again, and it was like I could see just like a steady deterioration of like sanity.
I'm pleased with it. I'm also amazed that we actually achieved it. I mean, it's to me, it's now like this crazy blur of madness that went on.
I mean, I quite enjoyed it in that sense because the simple fact is sometimes, you know, you can so overwork music that even when you go back to demos and you listen to demos, they're better than a finished thing. You know, so it's kind of, you know, for this we didn't ever really get the chance to overdo it and just pretty much do a lot of work in a short amount of time, quite intensively.
I don't want to spend 2-3 year gaps between records. You know, we've done 3 records in 15 years. It's not exactly the best success rate. I'd rather try and turn that around so that in the next few years, you know, hopefully we'll have another, you know, real album out next year, you know, and it just means, you know, I just want to get our music out there, you know.